We left Marips, and in the meantime, Taylor was doing some work, and she managed to find a leopard for us. So those of you that know Taylor, she's busy guiding guests out of Tembeta, and she managed to find the little princess, Tlalamba. She's got a steenbok kill in the Mulawati. So again, signal was sketchy, but at least it was quite close to where we were with Marips. So we've just come in to come and have a look and see what she's up to. She's got a small steenbok. I don't know if it'll be much here tomorrow. Looks like she's killed it during the day, and she's just lounging about at the moment. If you look on the bottom branch there, you'll just see the kill hanging over the tree itself. You can see she's kind of plucked this hair off of it, but actually hasn't fed too much on it at this stage. I'd expect there's not going to be much left of that. Well, she should still be here in the morning, but I don't think she'll be here by tomorrow afternoon this time. That's also if, one of the boys doesn't come along, so if Shasha or Mulawati or the likes arrives here, they'll steal that from her. But it's a good opportunity for us with her to have a kill, to check what's actually happening with Tlalamba. Has she given birth? Has she still got cubs inside? What's kind of happening? I'm intrigued because when I drove to get here, I found her tracks. It's the one road we didn't drive this morning. Well, actually, we didn't drive a lot of these roads here, but these tracks here are going up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, normally when leopards make a kill, they travel one direction, kill, then drag the kill up into a tree, and then they go for water. Now, water is not in the direction that those tracks are going up and down. So I'm intrigued to see what she does on this kill. If she already has cubs and she feels like she's confident enough, she might march us from here to the cubs, or cub, or she's hasn't had them yet and still very heavily pregnant, or she might not be confident enough to take us there, in which case she'll just stay at the kill and she'll wait for us to leave before she goes back to the den. So there's a number of options that can happen, but we'll only really know when she stands up as to what's actually going on. The way she's lying now, it's near impossible to tell whether there's still cubs inside there, or she's given birth and potentially lost them already, or still has them. I mean, all those options are still on the table. So it'll just take a bit of time for us to be able to figure out what's happening. But there's a great opportunity for us to actually see the course of the next kind of day, and to figure out exactly kind of where and what and how, and kind of what the story is with her. Now, just to give you an idea, where she is right now, she's in the Mulawati south of Mamba. Where Steve saw her with those cubs for the first time a few months ago is from this tree, I would say 300 meters, maybe. Yeah, 200 yards, 300 meters, somewhere there, kind of behind her. So as the crow flies, I mean, for a leopard to walk there would be less than 5 minutes to get into that drainage line. So it's possible. And then just up from here, if you cross the road, there is a little hole in the ground, and we saw Tandi once go in there when she was looking for a den at one point. So there's options here, and then from there the next kind of phase to go is up towards the den site where she was first seen, which we looked at yesterday afternoon. We checked there and found that her tracks had come past there, but so it's possible that she's still scouting for a den. But we'll just check. Like I said, there's lots of options on the table when it comes to Tlalamba. I need to see her properly standing up, otherwise we're not going to have much of an understanding of what's going on. It's a nice tree for her, and amazing the camouflage. When you see it like that, very difficult to pick her out of that. Hillary, it's the way to tell that the leopard has had cubs and the cubs are still alive. When if a leopard, let's say, had to give birth and she kind of moves around and the cubs get killed, let's say, and she'll still have milk pouches that will be full for a few days after that. So milk pouches cannot always be perfectly kind of reliable, whereas suckle marks, if you see fresh suckle marks, you know that she's actively nursing those cubs. So they're the most definitive way of telling. Behaviorally, you can also pick it up when you start to see a female moving in the same area, and she might not always take the same route, but she'll go back to the same centralized point, then you know she's going back for a reason. And if that's a number of days, then yeah, she's kind of got something there. Then whether that be a kill or cubs would remain to be seen when you follow those tracks. But when you start to see a leopard going to the same point and leaving for a number of days, it's generally cubs. But the definitive kind of absolutely that's cubs is when you see suckle marks. Before that, it's completely a guess. And yeah, there's no. I'm laughing at Taylor because Taylor's busy filming me. We should actually put Taylor on camera at some point. We'll put her on camera one day soon. She's around for the next 3 nights, so we'll catch her at some point. I'm sure a lot of you would love to see Taylor, so we'll get her eventually. Well, we're still with Tlalamba, and she's still having a good nap. She did stand up nicely for us and kind of show her tummy to us. There's definitely no suckle marks, and if there are, they like maybe day 1. You can't actually see any discernible change in her fur structure. You can see her one teat is kind of sticking out, but there's no loss of fur around that teat. So, and her stomach still looks quite bulgy, so I think she's still pregnant. I don't think she's given birth yet at all. And we'll just, like I say, have to wait and see over the next the coming few weeks to see what happens and whether or not she gives birth. It'll be nice if she does in the next sort of week or 2. It would be a good thing. It hopefully will coincide for us to be able to actually find them while they're still fairly new. But she's definitely moving around and looking. Like I said, the tracks are all going to known den sites that she's been using before and where she was kept as a cub. So that's always encouraging when you see a female's got like a bulging belly and that milk starting to kind of show. That's when you know that they're close and are looking. But she's been very, very, very chilled by her standards this afternoon. She's a cat that normally is very busy. It's nice just to actually hang out with her and chill and not worry about having to try to keep up with her, because she can be a nightmare. Jordan, depends on how much rain. If it's a big thunderstorm and heavy pelting rain, no, she'll come down. If it's just a light, soft drizzle, then she might just stay up there. All leopards are slightly different. Also depend on how many hyenas are around. So if 3 or 4 hyenas come in, that's going to keep her up the tree. You're not going to see her kind of coming down and frolicking around with them too much. So yeah, there's a couple of factors to that. But if it's just a soft light drizzle, then no, she'll stay up. Her kill is up there. She's got a comfortable enough branch to sleep on, although she keeps moving herself every now and then, trying to just balance a little bit better. How they make these branches so comfortable, I don't know. I love the paw just kind of sticking out underneath the tummy there. That's not going to be comfortable later. Do you think they get dead legs? Like, you know, with us, like when you lie on your leg too much?
I was about to ask you when you get pins and needles.
Probably do get pins and needles. So. Be a bit of a hazard to get pins and needles when you're standing up in a tree. I mean, I've never seen one fall out, so I take it that they move it before it gets to that point. But you know, it'd be a bit of an awkward thing if you were that leopard. They'd got pins and needles and they just fell over and out the tree.